remember being in Australia prior to COVID and sitting with an investor who asked, like, why do you need to get anything this afternoon? And I said, I don't think it's really about do I need it, but once I know I can have it, kind of want it.
How are you dating online? How are you purchasing your dinner online? You're not only purchasing your sneakers, but you're purchasing your full wardrobe. You're not only figuring out what airline tickets to buy, but you're kind of managing your whole vacation.
Once you know you can have same day or few hour delivery, it's what you want, it's what you start to depend on to live your life. And so more and more businesses really have to be able to deliver that to their customers in order to be competitive.
We see more than a whole economy, we see a whole life there.
And we want to own the spaces where all of those businesses want to be.
In 2010, we saw that the economy was shifting from an offline world to an online world. People were going from buying things in stores to buying things online.
I think I realized there was a seismic shift underway when I had a 2-week-old. And I realized, like, I didn't really have a proper chair when I needed to feed her. And one of my colleagues said, well, you can just buy that online and it'll be here this afternoon. And I was like, what? I'm not 100% sure what happened to that rocking chair before it got to me. But if I had to guess, it went from the craftsman's workshop to a small local warehouse, to a warehouse at a port, to a container ship, to a warehouse at a port in the New York, New Jersey area, then to a retailer, to their warehouse, then on a truck to my apartment in Jersey City. And that really changed my view on both, like, how I could solve challenges in my life, in this case, feeding a newborn, but also how we were going to access the things we needed to live our lives and feel successful in going about our days.
Those type of signals kind of gave us a preview on where the world is going. For Blackstone, we want to invest in businesses that are ultimately powering the future, building the future. In many of the businesses we invest in, we recognize an opportunity to transform and enhance the value of those businesses by bringing them into that digital economy. We invested in Rover, which is an online marketplace where you're connecting pet owners with dog walkers and has grown quite significantly in the context of people recognizing it's a lot easier to find service for their pets online. We invested in a business that provides authentication service for comic books and cards and other things that you can get online. We're not owners, we're partners. They need a capital partner to help them grow. That includes bringing resources like our data science team, bringing new talent, bringing them to new markets, and ultimately changing their thinking about how they should approach the digital economy in a way that ultimately grows their business.
We're all still shopping. It's just in a different place. Shopping malls was really the beneficiary of our consumer habits when I was growing up. Today, it's really warehouses that are benefiting from all of the movement of goods and purchases happening online. In 2010, we started buying warehouses, and what we found was businesses doing more and more of their transactions online. They needed more space than they would need if they had had a brick and mortar store. When we recognized this was a trend underway, we really tried to capitalize on that by buying more warehouses and to do it at more parts of the world. We brought that theme to Europe, Australia, and Canada. And one of the new places we're expressing this theme is in India. With middle-class growth, overall economic growth, there is more consumerism happening. We also see more and more demand in the places where the most people are living and working. We wanted to get closer to as many rooftops as possible. And that may all feel pretty obvious today, but it never was at the time. And today, we are the largest private owner of warehouses in the world. One of the huge benefits of owning 1.2 billion square feet of warehouses is that you can pretty quickly start noticing trends and changes in one part of the world that tend to move themselves all around the globe. And this helps us know with greater precision what we want to buy, where we might want to exit assets, and how to set pricing to really optimize the outcomes for our investors. And so by investing in warehouses all around the world, it means that we are going to serve the most customers, not only now, but also long into the future.
When you take a step back and recognizing all these things that are happening online and it's only growing, you're building a fantastic foundation for building for the future by investing in the digital economy.